Thank God for Buddy's Burgers.
And Martha's Ice Cream.
And Martha's, guys, we needed it. We needed it so bad. We've got Jeremy and Catherine with us today. Everybody knows them.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, I mean, this is an episode I've been looking forward to for a long time because I think what you guys are doing and where you're located, when I visit bigger cities, there are restaurants and spots like where y'all are located that really accentuate a city. And so I just love what y'all are doing.
Thank you.
And it's really cool for Florence.
We needed it badly.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, we're just glad that we were able to get in there. Like the way that it all kind of came together.
Yeah, it was really meant to be.
Yeah.
For sure.
That location is
because it was a barber shop before you guys went in.
It was. Yep.
Yeah.
I believe I got my hair cut there before. So.
Yeah.
Can you take your hat off, or you don't want to do that? No, I'm just kidding.
I don't have so much hair left.
Yeah.
we're brothers like
Yes,
that.
absolutely.
Yeah. It was kind of kismet, actually. Like I think you went and got your hair cut. And we were like, boy, this is such a cool area. Plus, we were already like customers at Bean Bar. And then a friend called us and said that Hunter Morgan and Scott Murphy were looking for a new tenant in the barbershop because they were going to be closing soon. So,
Yeah.
like, such a blessing. We really lucked out.
Oh, yeah.
So before that happened, to kind of bring us up to date to that point in your life, wherever you feel like you need to start so that we understand, Jeremy and Catherine and how you got to be Buddy's and Martha's Ice Cream.
Yeah.
Well, we were both going to school in Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
We both went to Belmont. We were both musicians, but Catherine decided that trying to be an accountant and an entrepreneur was a better idea.
Yeah, music was a hobby. Still is.
Yeah. I decided to waste a little bit of time trying to be famous, but that didn't work out. But by the time that Catherine had graduated and I'd had enough of not being famous, I went to culinary school with the intent of moving to Denver, Colorado, where I grew up, to start a food truck because the brewery and food truck scene there was just really exploding back then. It was about 2012 we got open. So I don't know, there was a handful of breweries, and then all of a sudden there was 350.
Yeah.
Man.
And none of them would have their own kitchen build-outs. They didn't want to spend the money, so they would just have food trucks come in and serve the food because you have to have food at a drinking establishment.
Yeah.
So it very quickly got very competitive, and there was 1,000 food trucks before you could blink. So we did that for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And then Catherine was working as an accountant supporting us because the food truck was not making any money.
Wow.
Right. Yeah, I would work until 5 or 6 in the afternoon. I was doing hospital accounting.
Okay.
And then I would go to the food truck.
Wow. I always thought food
And
trucks
help
made
sell.
money. It seems like they'd make money.
Well, maybe they do. Maybe
just
some
like
do.
restaurants, some do, some don't.
Yeah.
We were very specialized. I'm Polish by descent, and so growing up, we made pierogies, which are a handmade dumpling. We'd make the dough from scratch and the fillings, and it was a big production. So I was really into that idea, and that's what we did. And we just had a little 5x9 trailer, but not like burgers that we've come to realize. You can only sell so many pierogies.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And
I grab a bag when I go in to Buddy's.
well, that's
y'all have them in the freezer right there.
Yeah. Well, that's when it got good. When Catherine left her job and decided to come work with me, making no money.
Yeah.
We had discovered the farmers
Took the
market
leap.
scene in Colorado as well, which there are many, many of those. And we could package and sell them, and people would come every week
Frozen.
and buy bags upon
Yeah.
bags because
Yeah.
they realize they're fully cooked and frozen. You just heat them up. Kids love them.
Yeah.
We started filling them with different things like a pizza pierogi or
Oh,
a
yeah.
green chili Monterey Jack cheese pierogi or pulled pork pierogi. And we found that people really reacted to that.
Yeah.
And Catherine kind of took the lead on being the market person, and I just made a bunch of pierogies.
Yeah.
Then by the end, we were making 15,000 a week.
Yeah.
Wow.
By
We were
hand.
doing 12 to 15 farmers markets a week,
My goodness.
which every neighborhood in and around Denver basically has a farmers market.
Yeah.
And that was really interesting. We learned a lot about food production. packaging, freezing. We even started shipping frozen
So
through
you'd sell them online some
yeah,
too.
we started working through a company called Goldbelly, which is a really big artisan food, like frozen food company, basically. You can get Texas barbecue shipped to your door, or I think these days everybody is using Goldbelly. It's like such a big thing. But they had only been in business for a short time, and a customer of ours said, "We're about to move to Brooklyn, and we're gonna miss your pierogies because we buy them every single week. You should start selling through this company called Goldbelly." And I reached out to him. I was like, absolutely not. We're like so small. We were working out of a commissary kitchen. We were doing it all ourselves. We had like one person that was working in the kitchen with us. Obviously, everything was handmade. It was very labor intensive. And I was like, I don't think that we have it in us to start shipping. But I reached out to him anyway, and they took us on. So that's how we know how small Goldbelly was at that point.
Yeah.
I guess that was probably like 2017, maybe 2016. And
So they're a packaging
it is
company.
a packaged food company.
And then they ship it out.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty much just an artisan website. And they collect all of these regional, they try and make it like people who are very well known. So that it becomes like a gift that people give. It's like, oh, so-and-so moved to Idaho. Let's send them a New York pizza from Joe's or whatever.
That's cool.
So we could do that with real estate. I
Yeah,
mean, we give a lot of real estate gifts. And that sounds like a really specialized.
Yeah, you can
gift that
send
we could
Magnolia
do.
cupcakes from New York, or
Yeah, a lot of the Texas barbecue places, big name stuff, and then a bunch of chefs now work directly with them. And we ended up, by the end, we were private labeling for one of the celebrity chefs and making the product that was being sold.
Oh.
And we had really gotten into everything was about shipping, buying dry ice and just sitting in a room and packing boxes. And we had started Buddies. And once that took off, we got out of it.
So Buddies started in Denver.
Well, the idea, yeah. So we got to the point where we finally opened a brick and mortar and it built out our space in Aurora, where I think your wife might be from.
That's right. Yeah, she is.
And
Right, Andrea?
took us 2 years to build out the space. It was beautiful.
yeah.
That was Aspen where Dumb and Dumber went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I wish we had been in Aspen. That would have been so much
That would
cooler.
have been about $25,000 a month rent.
For a closet.
Yeah.
But we ended up finally getting to where we opened up our brick and mortar, where we had enough room in the back to do all our production and a front of house with a bar and a whole venue and everything, and built it out, and then got shut down for COVID 2 days after opening.
2 days after opening.
Yep.
Yeah.
We opened Friday the 13th, thinking that was a good idea.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it sounds like y'all had really begun developing some significant momentum.
Oh, yeah.
Open this, and then the world shuts down. And
Yeah.
you're in Colorado, and what's that like? And then how do you get to Florence from there?
Well, it was easily the darkest time in our past. A lot of bad stuff happening all at once. We had Buddy already, who was
our
1
son,
or 2
Buddy.
years old.
So before Buddy's was a burger, he was a kid.
Yes.
He was a kid, yeah.
But he just happens to have a cool name. So that's why we named our burger shop after him.
That's awesome.
But I will say that, I think everything is meant to be. And although the COVID shutdown was a nightmare for everybody, and especially us and our sweet little restaurant that we had spent so much time building and talking about. And we even had a bunch of press from it because we had been in Denver making pierogies at all of the farmers markets and our food truck. We had like real interest. So that was going to be really cool. But what we quickly realized was, even though the restaurant was shut down in Denver, we still had this whole frozen packaged business that kept us, we kept all of our people employed. We didn't have to fire one person. I mean, thankfully we were getting like some PPE money to help us with payroll. But we were also able to employ all of our. All
If
the
you
people
wouldn't
that
have
were
had that
working
piece
with
of the
us.
business, you wouldn't have been able to
Oh gosh, no.
keep
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
No, so
Yeah.
we shut our doors. They shut us for, I think it was a year and a half. It was a long time because they opened us back up and then closed us again. So it was kind of hard for that movement. But we were basically driving to people's houses and dropping frozen packages of pierogies on their doorsteps.
There's no basically about
No,
it.
we were doing that.
Y'all were doing that. Wow.
It was pretty,
Yeah,
pretty
I mean,
crazy.
by the time it was winter, and there was no farmers markets to do, and the restaurant was shut down, it was like, who wants pierogies? And we would just go drive around and deliver them whenever we could.
Wow.
Okay.
And
Then we were shipping still through Goldbelly.
shipping, that was bolstered by
Yeah.
the frozen product was in some ways better,
Right.
in the shipping and stuff.
Yeah.
But the weight of having your own space and the cost of that, ultimately, it was a losing situation. Even then, even when that part of the business was doing better. But yeah, it was a lot of lessons learned and a lot of hard work. We came and visited Catherine's parents in Colorado for a few days and woke up and had a conversation about why don't we just move here? And
We had been talking about when we retire,
Okay.
we should move to the beach in
Yeah.
South Carolina. But this is also we came from Colorado. This is September during COVID. And we got to South Carolina at Pawleys
Everything's
Island,
open?
and
It
everybody's
felt
just
normal.
wandering
Yeah.
around.
Hold on, life's still
That's her
normal.
universe.
Yeah.
Like, wait a
Yeah.
minute. People are still living?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was very extreme difference.
That's interesting.
And
Yeah.
we had always said, when we retire, we're going to do this. We're going to maybe open up a shop at the beach. Just that's when we get older. And then Jeremy was like, why would we wait until
Yeah.
we're older to enjoy our life and do what we want to be doing? And so we said, okay, we'll give ourselves 12 to 18 months to make the change, the switch to moving to South Carolina. And then we did it in 4 months or
Wow.
something.
well,
Okay.
The story is
Once
pretty
the
awesome.
wheel started turning, it
It's hard to stop.
Well,
Yeah.
the conversation was like, you want to do this? Catherine was like, absolutely. I said, okay, well, we're going to go downstairs and tell your parents right now. And we're going to tell as many people as we can. Because if we keep it to ourselves and say we'll get to it at this point, it'll never happen.
Yeah, it'll never.
yeah.
And Catherine, you're from Florence. So
Yes.
there's that context,
Yes.
that
Her parents have been trying to get us to move to Florence since the day I met her. So
okay.
they were very excited.
Yeah.
But
was good.
we made a point to make it something that we couldn't take back.
That was a good idea.
And then
Good.
she took it to a whole nother level
did,
because
yeah.
we went back to Colorado and I had to keep on working. And then she came back in November, 2 months after that, I think,
Yeah.
to visit her parents. And I stayed in Colorado. And while she was there, she was like, there's this house for sale. Maybe we should go look at that. And she never came back to Colorado.
Wow.
Really?
So I finished out our
Yeah,
lease till March,
basically.
traveling back and forth
Okay.
to visit. And she bought a house without me ever seeing it.
Wow.
And it was the best move ever. It's down the street from her parents, literally in
That's
the same
awesome.
neighborhood.
That's
Mm-hmm.
awesome.
Got it for quite the deal in the middle of COVID.
Yeah.
And we were opening Buddies a year later.
The pieces started falling into place.
Yeah.
So you're both together. This would be March of 22 or 23? 20.
This was
23.
2020.
Oh, 20 to 21. So it would have been, you moved here in 2021?
We moved here in 2020.
2020.
20. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we had our second child in 2021.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so the
Which is-
shutdown happened in March of 20.
Of 20. Yeah, COVID,
very
COVID
One
was
year
2020. Yeah. Okay.
We were
You
living
bought the
in
house
Florence.
in September of 20. Well, it doesn't matter.
God, it's
Yes.
been that
It
long.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, it has
Mhm.
been about 6 years.
But within
yeah.
a year of COVID happening, we were in Florence.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
And
yeah.
you came with the idea, well, you were pregnant or
I was, yeah. I was
Okay.
pregnant with our second child,
With Martha?
Martha.
Martha.
the ice cream girl.
Yep.
Mhm.
And we needed help. And being in Colorado, everything was shut down. The community completely crumbled.
Yeah.
Which is, the case with everybody's story, it seems like at that time. But we moved here, and what we had decided is we had a restaurant manager in Colorado and that was going to continue to do shipping of the pierogies. Jeremy was traveling back and forth, like basically 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. And he did that for a full year. And then I guess probably, I don't know what the timeline was, maybe 6 months or so after we had been here, we ran into Hunter and Scott, discussed the opening of Buddy's. The turnaround on that was so fast.
We just did our 4-year anniversary yesterday.
We
No
did.
way.
4
Happy
years.
anniversary.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
That's cool.
So
Congratulations.
there's the math. We opened
Yeah, there
July
you go.
21st of 22.
Yeah.
Mhm.
4
Perfect.
years.
And
Man.
you've always been in the spot at the
Yes.
Trailhead at Naturally
Mhm.
Outdoors.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
almost 2 years ago, we opened Martha's,
Yep.
Yeah.
our ice cream shop.
Yep. Which is
God,
right
we
there
love
as
Martha's.
well.
Is your mom named Martha?
My grandmother's name was
Your
Martha.
grandmother.
Mhm.
So there was one day, me and my little girl were at Martha's,
Yeah.
and we were talking to this lady behind us the whole way in line. And then I find out
Yeah.
it's your mom. Like my little girl's doing gymnastics moves for her and stuff. Your mom's
Oh.
loving it. And then my little girl realizes, hold on, is that Martha right there? So anyway, your mom's super
She's
nice.
the OG.
She is.
Yeah, she is really nice.
She is wonderful.
And she stands in line. She doesn't just go back there and make her own ice
Oh,
cream.
no.
She
not
could
at
if she
all.
wanted to.
She could, yes.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
People know her name is Kim, but my kids call her Kiki, and
Okay.
all of our employees call her Kiki as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. She's
So
a
it is really
sweetheart.
fun. Yeah. She's wonderful. She watches our kids. She obviously is born and raised in Florence as well. She is, I would say, our family historian. She knows everything about everything in Florence
Yeah.
and everyone. She knows where people lived, all of the tales of our family and what we did here. It's really
We need to
she's
get her
cool.
on this
Yeah,
podcast.
you
Yeah.
guys
We need Kiki.
would
Yeah.
learn
Yeah.
a lot of stuff.
Call
Yeah.
him Kiki.
Kim
Yeah.
Turner is
I could probably
she is
get
a
her here in
legend.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
okay.
Come on. Come on, Kiki.
Before we go back to Buddy's and kind of understand more of that business and how that developed, tell me more about the ice cream and what was the idea behind ice cream and how did you get into that?
Well, I think it always starts with food-wise what my curiosity is. I went to culinary school very quickly, but I didn't start until I was 25 because I was trying to be a musician before that. So I didn't get the opportunity to kind of work my way through restaurants. And by the time we were getting into food, it's like, we need to make a living. So I take on something I want to get really good at, something like ice cream making, or now maybe pizza, or with pierogies, it was like, making the dough, do everything from scratch, that whole process that I can really focus in on and really make it quality to kind of make up for the lack of, I would say, maybe restaurant experience that I've had. So ice cream was just something that I wanted to make at home and started really getting into and reading books, and we would just make different kinds of ice cream all the time. And obviously we were selling milkshakes at Buddy's,
Right.
and
Yep.
just buying a nondescript vanilla ice cream and then turning them into 3 different flavor milkshakes.
Yep.
So once I started to get into that, we realized that was something that could be really good. We used to love to go to all the ice cream shops in Denver. There's some
Yeah.
really, really good ones.
Okay.
So we had just gotten into it and started making fun flavors, and talked to Hunter and Scott again, who have been fantastic. And they thought it was a good idea too, a good addition to that whole community there. So
Yeah.
they actually gave us about like 400 square feet.
Yeah, y'all
of-
nailed that little
Yeah.
spot.
It's
The way
perfect.
you fit it in there. And
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was Hunter's and Scott's idea to kind of just add on to that. Otherwise, we didn't know where we would put it. But
I wanted
um,
to put it in that corner,
yeah,
Yeah.
but convincing them to give up some of their space
Yeah.
Well, it's retail.
in
you know,
that
it's-
corner.
they
Is,
need-
yeah. But they agreed to it.
It
and-
fit perfect.
Yeah. And then they allowed us to put that door into Naturally Outdoors.
That's right.
Yeah.
Which I think opens the space up more and drives more business for all of us. But really opening the ice cream shop, we both love ice cream, as he said, but we used to go to this one particular place in Denver called High Point Creamery, and they would make their own ice cream, all of their mix-ins. It was really, really well done. Kind of a Jenny's concept,
Yep.
if you're familiar with
Yep.
Jenny's ice cream.
I had it last week in Charlotte.
Yeah, I mean, it's
And you
delicious,
waited 30
right?
minutes
I
in
did.
line
Yes,
to get
they
it.
always have lines.
Yeah.
And we felt like Florence needed, I mean, obviously there are other ice cream shops here that are doing great business, but we wanted something that people would come in, they could taste the different flavors, and especially kids. Like, I think that we built the ice cream shop, or my whole focus was, how do we make children and adults feel comfortable and feel excited to be there, which is one of the reasons that it's so colorful. And it has like the waffle cone things
Yeah.
on the.
Oh, yeah.
So are you
on
kind of the
face
branding
it.
genius
Yeah.
behind all of this?
Well, I wouldn't say I didn't go to school for branding or anything. But I love it.
You've done a great
Yeah.
job, and it's
Thank
not
you.
easy to execute. Like branding, I tell Reeves a lot, like keeping it simple is so important, but hard to do.
Yes.
Cool and simple, and you've done an awesome job with that.
Well, I wish that I could say that I am a graphic designer, but I'm not. I have ideas, and then I work with amazing graphic designers to help put those ideas to paper.
Right.
And then Morgan Walker. Are you familiar with Morgan, who's an artist in town? She helped me design Martha's.
Oh, cool.
I had an idea, and she is a friend of mine. We're also like 13th cousins or something.
Kiki
We
knows.
still, yes,
Kiki
Kiki knows the connection. But she helped me pick out all of the colors and create the face of the ice cream scoop counter. And so I can't take full credit for anything that I do. I always have amazing people that are helping me do it. But I do have the ideas and the drive and what vibe I'm trying to go after. But again, with Martha's, we wanted kids to come in and be excited. And I didn't want an ice cream shop where the parents left feeling concerned about what's in the ice cream.
Yeah.
Why is their kid getting, like, let's say cotton candy flavored ice cream? Where's that flavor coming from?
True.
What is it made of? What's
Yeah.
actually in the ice cream? And why is it doused with gummy bears?
Right. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
really, you buy them ice cream. It has gummy bears or M&Ms or whatever on it, which is wonderful. It's a great memory, from growing up. But they're just eating the candy and throwing it away. Why did you take them to get ice cream when it's covered
Yeah.
in candy?
Yeah.
So we don't offer those types of toppings. We make all of our mix-ins in-house from scratch. We make our own cookies in the Milk and Cookies ice cream. We don't use Oreos
I love
or
the
Chips
tangerine.
Ahoy's. The Tangerine Dream is
too.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's my go-to.
It's awesome.
Tangerine popsicles, and Jeremy actually takes like tangerines and zests them into the ice cream.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah.
this is artisan ice cream, and I think what y'all are telling us is we can eat as much of it as we want.
Right.
Yeah,
It's so
healthy.
healthy.
So
It's
healthy.
It's a superfood, I think.
It's a
It's a
superfood.
superfood.
I love it. Yes.
Has the ice cream shop done as good as you were hoping?
I
Or
th-
like better? Or how's it done?
I think we're happy with what it is, especially as a component of Buddies ultimately. But I think that over time, we hope that it becomes that
Yes.
kind of hangout of its own. And like when you see a Jenny's or whatever, you have that line of people who just come because they want to come get ice cream, and it doesn't really have anything to do with Buddies.
Yeah.
The way that it's set up, it obviously, some people don't realize that we own both, but
Right,
like to us, it seems like just a natural progression. Go to Buddies, and if you want some ice cream, then you're going to go to Martha's too. But I think there's definitely room to grow, and people, it's strange to me that so many people don't know about it still.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hopefully
Yeah.
things like this will help. But
Yeah,
like
this
there's
should help.
it's just true of anything that I'm always surprised when I meet new people and say that we have a restaurant called Buddies, and they say, where's that?
Really?
I'm like, oh, it's, Naturally Outdoors and Bean Bar. And they understand where that is. Like, yeah, there's a burger place there.
Yeah.
You should go check it out. So I think there's lots of room to grow still
That's
in
awesome.
Florence.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, I think the Trailhead is just one of the best places that Florence has to offer. And like you said, it's just a cool place to go. You walk the rail trail, have a milkshake, get ice cream, eat Buddy's burgers, do some shopping, get a coffee. I mean, it's so much.
It is.
Are there any other ideas or thoughts y'all have around developing that space out? And or
We will do any and everything that we can in that area, and we have a great relationship with Hunter and Scott. There are no plans of adding structures
Yeah.
at this point. I know Hunter has big hopes for the area, and we would love to develop. We have endless concept ideas that we would love to do in different places, but I mean, doing anything there would be top of the list. But at this point, there's just nowhere to do it.
So tell us about the new venture, though.
Yeah.
The exciting new venture. Neighbors.
Neighbors.
Neighbors Pizza.
Yes.
That is the new
Yeah. It's our new
restaurant
thing.
on the horizon.
Mhm.
Yes.
That's
So
awesome.
we're very excited.
Yeah.
And our second pop-up will be happening at our farmers market space at the city farmers market.
Oh, really? Okay.
On Sanborn Street. That's like our production kitchen that we have
Yeah.
where we do the ice cream and we're used to do the pierogies and all that.
Mhm.
At 6:00 tomorrow, we'll have a few different
Which
kinds
is
of pizzas. Thursday.
the 23rd.
23rd. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I got to come check that
Yeah,
out.
come by. But yeah, it's another thing that I've been in the lab trying to perfect. It's quite the process you can get into with making pizza dough.
But you're going to have a brick and mortar.
We are
Mm-hmm.
in talks. We haven't signed the lease yet, but we do know a location in the Five Points area, and we're very excited to work with Chris Scott and PLC that we've been working on with,
Oh, yeah.
which just is another. We've been very lucky with our landlords. From our landlord in Denver was an amazing lady. Her and her husband took care of us, and especially going through the whole COVID thing, we were able to get out of our lease and move on to do what we wanted to do here. Hunter and Scott have been amazing.
Yeah.
And now working with Chris Scott, we know that we've got another
He's a great guy.
great person to be dealing with. So we've been very
If,
lucky.
if you had to guess, when do you think this will actually open?
I would say early next year.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
I think that once the lease is signed, it'll probably take 6 to 8 months to get open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it could be quicker.
Wow.
But in our experience, construction just seems to take longer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm interested, hearing y'all's story and hearing how you started kind of in Colorado post school and that type of thing, and then how you made it back to Florence. What's it like? I guess it's a twofold question. One, owning a small business and trying to operate. Just talk a little bit about that. And then we'll talk a little bit about Florence specifically and how it feels doing that in Florence. But just kind of take us through what it's like owning a small business and being married and working together.
Well, I don't know that we are the norm,
Yeah.
but we've worked together every day for 13 years,
Mm-hmm.
and we love what we do. And it gets a little bit tiresome, I think, especially for Catherine, that every conversation has some aspect of business in it.
Yeah.
For me,
That is true.
it doesn't really bother
our
me.
life.
But
Yeah.
she's also a mother. I'm a father, but like she has other things that she would like to focus on from time to time.
Right.
But if you don't have a relationship like this and are working together in this business, it can be very difficult. But in general, if you don't love it or enjoy what you're doing and are ready to work hard, yeah, it can be pretty brutal.
Yeah,
but-
we have found that obviously with any relationship or working partnership, you focus on what you're good at. I don't pretend to be a chef or be a recipe creator the way that Jeremy is. I also am kind of bad with numbers. So
As an
I'm not
accountant.
I was the worst
I think we
accountant
need her to
ever.
be our accountant.
Yeah, will you do our stuff?
I was
Oh, we
kind of-
lost 300,000 this year.
That's
Nice.
good. Just put a
I'm,
negative beside that number.
Yeah, I went to school for accounting knowing that I could get a job, but in reality, accounting is kind of like a series of like rules that you're following,
Yeah.
right? But it was definitely not something that I wanted to be doing. And I am a worker bee, but we both are. But especially in accounting, I found myself struggling to do the work and to be driven to do the work. So I focus on HR because I also love talking to people. When I was in college, especially, or even like I worked at Porter's Gift Shop for 5 years.
Yeah.
When I was 14, I got a job at Porter's. They employed me every day until I went to college. And then I
Wow.
came back one summer and worked for them for a little bit as well. I loved the customer service aspect of it. But you also get to a certain age, I think, where you want to decide like what do you want to be doing, and working in an office seemed like very cool. And anyways, I found out quickly that I'm way better with people than I am with numbers. But Jeremy is obviously, he's great with numbers. He's good with costing everything, recipe creation. He's such a researcher, and like the amount of focus that he puts into creating the quality of recipe that we are going to, like the Buddy Burger. It seems like it's just a simple burger, but the amount of time and energy that he put into creating that, I think really it says enough for itself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm HR, I do vibe. Like I try to create a vibe and a feeling in our restaurant. Try to instill that in our staff.
I think it's the trust that we have in each other's kind of lane, that I know that if I say I'm good at this is what I'm interested in, and she says, well, I think we should make it look like this and this is how we should do it, then we both say, okay. It's just we believe
You
that
need
the
both
other
of
ones-
those
yeah.
personalities, and
Yeah, you
y'all
really
make
do.
a power team together.
Yeah.
It wouldn't really work just one of you. It needs
Yeah.
both.
No, I mean, I think what she does is more directly responsible for any success than just having good food. I mean, I think anywhere it's more likely that you're going to remember the experience than you are exactly what you ate.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's important, but having the culture, the kind of people that are going to do the job the way it's supposed to be done, that are going to be a good ambassador to what we're trying to do, and having that there and that standard there every day, so that it goes across the whole team and the customers feel it.
Oh yeah.
Is
Would you say that it felt like a risk moving from Colorado to here to open a restaurant, or did it just feel like, okay, this is going to work? And how would y'all rate your like risk meter willingness on a 1 to 10 scale? Like, are you different? Are you both willing to jump off a cliff kind of thing? What's that like?
I'm a
I'm the
zero.
gas.
Okay.
I'm a zero.
I'm the
Jeremy's
gas,
a 10.
she's the brakes.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
I'm
Yeah.
like, this is going to be wonderful and perfect, and she's like, this is going to be the worst thing that's ever happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we meet
eventually,
somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
we find over time and thought and process, we both become, I mean, I stay here and then she gets closer to me,
Yeah.
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 which is great, because who knows what I would have gotten us into if she just said yes to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But
interesting.
again, that goes back to the beauty of, two are better than one. And, whether it's marriage or whether it's business or anything else. And Robert and I talk about that all the time with the real estate that we do, and the complementary styles that we have. And
Mhm.
we're not the same. And you need somebody who's willing to go jump off a cliff and, pull the person who's not willing to jump. And then sometimes that person needs to be pulling the person back from jumping off the cliff.
Yes.
So that's really cool.
You know, the last episode we talked about Florence being kind of like still in frontier mode. You know, like there's still so much opportunity here.
Oh yeah.
And with what you guys are doing, there's not a lot of competition. You know, there's not a lot of cool, trendy, local restaurants. And so I think, you know, the new pizza place is going to do great. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, we're really excited to be able to kind of add to the conversation of what's happening in Florence. And, you know, Elliot's came and
Yeah.
and Town Hall's great. And then
Mhm.
there's OG places like Stefano's who've made it work for 30 years, which
Yeah.
is incredible. And then, you know, and all the work that those guys did between Tubbs and King Hefe, like there's this groundwork of we can do great things. And
Yeah.
we're just happy that we're here at a time where we can jump in there. And, you know, Florence has been amazing for us. Obviously, with Catherine's history here, she grew up here. We were able to plug into the community pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And that space that we got is fantastic. But, you know, we've created enough goodwill to where I think people will be interested in what we do next. So it doesn't feel scary anymore to us, I don't think. I think we're just
You
excited.
know, there's not a
Yeah.
Jenny's here. You know, those big
Yeah.
guys
Yeah.
to compete with. So like the door's still so open for you guys to create your thing,
Yes.
Yeah.
which is interesting.
It is.
Yeah.
Again, I really just love what Florence, I think, has to offer. And I think you guys are a big part of what Florence has to offer. I mean,
Oh,
small
yeah.
business owners who are taking risk and creating great products that the community can enjoy.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all are doing an awesome job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I will say that Florence has it's a really strong community that they're typically everyone is willing to be a part of new things.
Yeah.
There's obviously a lot of chain restaurants, unfortunately, but coming from here, like I grew up here just like you guys did.
Yeah.
You have this feeling of like I need to get out and I
Yeah.
need to experience new things that are different than this small town. And it's not just Florence related. Obviously, anybody from any small town can feel the same way. And I got out there, I experienced and saw how like things that worked and things that didn't work in certain communities. And you see how communities flow really well. There being like businesses within neighborhoods and that kind of like business zoning within like where people live and where people can get out and walk and ride their bicycles,
Yes.
which I think is something that Florence is really missing.
Yes.
I wish that, or I do wish, but I also would like to eventually figure out how to create that within a Florence community, an old neighborhood maybe, or somewhere that's like a neighborhood that's closer to downtown that you can see that there is some of that old zoning within the neighborhoods.
I think Maple Park. You know,
Yeah,
have
I
you
do.
been following?
She agrees.
Have you
I
been
love Maple Park
following the
area.
new Maple Park social media? I don't know who's running that, but they're doing
I
great.
did. I think, is it like similar to the downtown Florence people or something?
There's a
But I
Maple
have
Park
seen it.
something, and it's like
Yes.
hold on, and what you want to
It
do
seems cool.
would work.
Yes, I think so. I think it's hard to get some people on board around here.
It is.
Yeah,
But the more that we move towards growth and all of these, being at Buddy's, we see so many people day in and day out. I work front of house usually if I'm working there, and I love to walk around and talk to the people that are dining with us. And typically, like 9 times out of 10, they're from somewhere else and they're thinking about moving here, or they just moved here, or they moved here a year ago from California or New York or the Midwest or something. And I think that all of those people from other places can help us create that.
Yes.
And they're more willing to buy in older neighborhoods that those houses need preservation. So I think we can make it work. It takes a little bit of vision within the city.
yes,
And I think you're exactly right, Catherine. And I think there probably it's easy for us as relatively young people to throw rocks on old people, but there's probably been some stuck in the mud kind of attitude. But I think as people see what Florence can become and get a vision,
Yeah.
and take some examples for what, like Charlotte or Charleston or some of these other cities that are close to us in the districts they're creating. I think Florence is prime for those types of settings. And
Yeah.
already what's going on with where you guys are at Buddy's and Martha's, I think that's a district that can continue to accentuate, and being right off the rail trail.
Yeah.
A lot of people can walk and get to that district and really enjoy that. And I see that as being a really cool thing. I think downtown has a lot of opportunity and is doing a lot of good things.
Mm-hmm.
Where Neighbors Pizza, I don't know where it's going, but you mentioned around 5 Points. I think there's some opportunity there. And even if, as I'm sitting here, I'm thinking if we could get a pedestrian bridge to cross over Cherokee into the country club neighborhood, and then create more of a walkability into a district over there, and maybe where the old Skyview restaurant was, make that some parking and some stuff, so more people, it's easy for people to drive into and get out of.
Yeah.
That could be a district.
Oh, yeah.
The West End district near Windsor Forest could become something. So there's opportunity if we have the right visionary leadership.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
If you want me to get on my soapbox
Do
and
it.
talk about sidewalks, I will.
Okay.
But I don't need to.
No, you do.
We might not want to do
No,
that.
that's what this podcast is for, and we're the next generation to make it happen.
Yeah.
So let's do it.
We've got to do it.
We got to.
And we believe in Florence just like y'all do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
we're
believe
here
in
forever,
Florence.
Mm-hmm.
I lived 4 years in Dallas, Texas, and it was awesome, and I loved living in Dallas. But you couldn't give me $1 million to go back there. I want to be in Florence, and I am excited about what this city can become.
The city leadership listens to this podcast. They tell me they're excited about it. I was there yesterday, and they want to see exactly what we're talking about. So it's not like we don't have inroads and it's just a function of making things happen.
Oh, yeah. And money. I understand that everything costs money.
That's right.
But
the
I
right
think
vision the money will come if the vision's there and it makes sense.
There's enough money in this city to make those things happen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. As they're running new sewer lines, we'll get your sidewalks.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So before we close up, one more thing about Neighbors. I just want pizza. What can we expect as far as the type of pizza and how it's going to be cooked and that type of thing?
So I already have our pizza ovens in our production space, and we use a Pizza Master oven, which is a really high-powered electric deck oven, which is really cool. It's more of a New York thin crust style pizza. It's a 4-day process on the dough. So we start with essentially a sourdough starter, a quick sourdough starter called a poolish, and then cold ferment it for 72 hours after that. So it's light, it's airy, it's crispy.
That's going to be awesome.
Going for a no flop, Dave Portnoy, shout out. But it will be pizza centric, but that's not all it is. It's going to be more of a upscale, could be date night, full service restaurant with small plates and a couple of platters and a classic cocktail bar.
Nice.
So it's a whole experience. The kids are welcome, but more grown up than buddies for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's going to be twice the size. We'll have about 100 seats.
Nice.
So we won't be quite so much at the mercy of the elements. For
Okay.
buddies, it's great. It's a little seasonal. When it gets too cold, people don't want to sit outside. When it gets too hot, people don't want to sit outside.
Yeah.
And we have very limited seating inside. So we're looking forward to having that kind of year-round thing.
Mm-hmm.
So pizza-centric, really great quality, New York stylish crust, and a whole experience with great changing small plates and a great bar. So
That makes
I'm
me
hungry and
very
thirsty now.
excited.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
very excited about it.
We
Yeah.
think it'll be something that Florence needs.
Oh yeah, it is.
You know, obviously we have some great restaurants that you can go and eat at. A lot of them are more casual, or either it seems like there's like a big jump between like casual and then it becomes way more expensive.
Yeah, town hall type.
And like you need to dress up and stuff. Hopefully we'll hit somewhere in between between
Yeah.
Town Hall and Victor's.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So
And we will continue to do pop-ups until we open the restaurant.
Okay.
Okay.
So you'll be able to experience as it progresses. Hopefully, we'll start doing some things more than just pizza, but mainly the pizza.
mhm.
A
For the
couple of times a
pop-ups.
month or weekly, kind of depends on how Buddies is doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we're needed to be working over there, it might
That's
be
right.
detrimental. But yeah, it'll be a consistent thing that people can come and try until we open the doors.
That's awesome.
One other thing I got to ask about, just because I love them, the kind of, I don't know, what do you call them? The potato skins, chips.
Oh, yeah, our
fries,
steak
buddy.
chips.
How did you? Because it's a little bit unique from any place I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So tell us about the origins of that.
That's Jeremy.
It was just doing a burger concept. I think a lot of them are kind of make or break on their French fries.
Yep.
Like everybody loves an In-N-Out burger but hates their fries. You know, McDonald's fries is king no matter what you think about the rest of the menu. And, you know, love Shake Shack, and they had done the crinkle cut, which isn't something you see very often. So I was trying to just figure out maybe something that no one else is doing or has never tried before. So I got the idea of there's a steak chip and there's a steak fry and there's a potato chip, and I like the idea of being able to dip into things.
Yep.
So we took kind of the Belgian French fry approach to this 1/4-inch thick, long cut, the entire size of the potato French fry that we soak overnight and then fry twice to try and get this kind of chewy, crispy, all the above texture thing. That
Yeah.
It is. It's both chewy and crispy. You kind of nail it, and
yeah.
it's well done. Great job.
good.
I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah.
It is our most labor intensive thing.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
that's not easy to execute.
So there is
Yeah.
constantly a little bit of me that's like, what if we just did a regular French fry?
Right, yeah.
But it's kind of.
I think it's too
helps
late
us stand
now.
out.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
too late now.
If
But
you
we
went to
love-
Buddy's and got a regular fry, you would just feel
It would be weird.
like, what
yeah.
in the hell's going on here?
Right?
Yeah.
Why would you even want to go back?
Well, for the burgers, because they're
Unbelievable.
excellent
They
as well.
really are
Yeah.
good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All I can say is thank you guys for coming back to Florence and what
For
you're
sure.
doing. Lord have mercy, we needed you here.
Yeah.
Well,
we
thank you
appreciate it.
guys.
We hope to do lots more. We're not going anywhere. So.
Mhm.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we need to do a yearly update with you guys.
Sure, yeah.
So
We
once
usually-
Neighbors is rocking and rolling, we need you back on here.
Absolutely. You can
Perfect.
tell us how bad it was.
No.
So Robert and I, do y'all know Philippe and Rachel Lang by any chance? Philippe Lang.
I'm so bad with names.
You probably knew them.
So they sell Italian pizza ovens.
Oh, yes, I know them.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. What's
Okay.
it called?
They moved.
Villa-
They moved.
They
Yeah, they
moved,
moved
yes.
to Fort
Moved.
Greenville.
El Forni.
Forini.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were selling his house, and we were meeting with him at Bean Bar, and somehow he sold us 2 pizza ovens.
After
Oh
that,
my
we were like,
God.
oh God, I think we just bought a
How did we just buy 2 pizza?
$4,000 pizza.
So now we both
Awesome.
have pizza ovens. And
I've used mine
Aw.
twice.
How'd it go?
Oh my gosh.
It was okay. It's a lot of work.
Yep.
Yeah.
That seems to be what I'm drawn to is
yeah.
really labor
Yeah,
intensive
you
things.
love labor intensive
Yeah,
stuff.
dough.
Reeves uses his way more than
Yeah,
I
we
do.
probably use ours every 10 days, but I've got 3
Oh,
teenagers,
wow.
well, 2 teenagers and a kid in college. And,
Mhm.
you know, anytime they want to have friends over, it's just a fun thing to
Yeah.
do with everybody. But we're definitely not doing a 72-hour dough.
No,
We're doing like
no.
so I can't wait to go check
Yeah.
out Neighbors. And
Well, we're doing our pop up tomorrow, and I've got a bunch of doughs. I can get you one.
Oh,
Okay.
we
Give it
might
a
get a
shot.
little
Yeah.
spare dough.
Oh.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's
yeah.
a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You probably will even be able to sell those dough balls. I mean, you
Anything's
know,
possible. Yeah.
to the public, you know, kind of.
We seem to not be able to get away from packaging things either.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let me throw you back into some more packaging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Stick with what you
World-famous
know, I
dough
guess.
balls.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's great.
All right.
Thank you guys so much.
Absolutely.
guys,
Thanks
yeah.
for having us on. It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.